Well, May Govanen, everybody. It's been a while since we did a Lotro video, just touring around. I thought we would start in the Shire. Let's have a little bit of Lotro tourism around the Shire and have a look and see what the game makes of the home of the hobbits. So what we've got here is we are in Mitchell Delving. Mitchell Delving. This is Mitchell Delving. And these are the hobbit houses of Mitchell Delving. Look quite good. I mean, I think that the game has done a really good job of portraying Tolkien's... This is the auction hall, portraying Tolkien's world. And so Mitchell Delving is kind of the capital of the Shire, where the mayor lives and that kind of stuff. And the Bounder's Bounty, I'm not quite sure. It's probably some kind of quest associated with that. But we'll go up to the top of the hill. This is the Matham House, or Matham House, where Bilbo dropped off his mail shirt after the adventure with the dwarves, and it was kept here in the Matham House. Matham. I don't know if there's anything to see in here. Let's have a look. This is going to the museum. Oh, it's all books. Okay, let's see if there's anything exciting in here. What's that? An elephant? Sam must have carved one when he came back. I don't see that there's anything particular. There's a map of the Shire. Or Eriador, right? That's exactly the map that's in the game. A couple of pumpkins by the fire there, because we have the Harvest Festival on at the moment. There's Weathertop, or Amonsul. What else is in here? Let's see. Oh, there's an upstairs and a downstairs. Let's go up. And here we have another big empty room with books in it. They built another Hobbit area called Yonder Shire in the game, and it's much more populated than the Shire. I guess at some point they might come back and do another job in the Shire, but it's a starting area, so not a lot of people hang around here for very long. Let's go downstairs, see what's down there. Let's have a look. So there's somebody to give you the rewards for the bounders. I think for your reputation. Anyway, let's head on. I always jump over these hobbit holes, particularly. You used to get stuck all the time in the door. So let's get on a horse. Get around this quick. And we have the whatchamacallit fountain. I've never really ever used one of these. The reflecting pool. That allows you to redo quests if you wanted to do them with some other member, somebody you met, and you've already done the quest and they haven't done it. You can use the reflecting pool to go back. Up that way is... Oh, can't remember what it's called. This is where you start the game if you're a hobbit. Right up here in this little village. And you have to do a few quests around Mitchell Delving. So this is Little Delving. Right, there you go. Little Delving again. So we'll just have a quick look. There it is. Little scenic look. Let's have a look. Looks nice, doesn't it? Let's take a screenshot. Right. Something for the album. Okay, let's go. Yeah. And the geography works. You know, they've got all the water at the top and rivers at the bottom. Waterfalls. So let's run around and see if we can find Hobbiton. Hobbiton's where Bilbo and Sam live. And we might be able to take a shortcut across there. It looks a bit steep though. So we'll just go around. Might be able to go around here actually. Go to the town hall. The town hall, sorry. It's called the town hall. And in fact, I think Tolkien called it the town hall too. Here it is. I think that's it. There it is. Town hall. And one of these guys is the mayor. That's him there. Look, there's the mayor. And the quick post. You get the quests starting off as a hobbit are hilarious. You're carrying pies and letters and things, and trying to avoid nosy hobbits and hungry hobbits and things. There's a lot of fetch and carry type stuff, and you occasionally have to go out and kill a few flies. But mostly it's just kind of fun quests. A lot of people like it. I quite enjoyed it the first time. This is the first character I created. This one that we're in the game with at the moment. Started off as a burglar hobbit. Why wouldn't you? Right? That's what you do. A burrow hobbit, as they say. Anyway, we're heading down here to Waymeet, if I remember rightly. This place is called, where there's a road going that way and a road going this way. Remember, if we look at the map, I don't know if I can get the map up here. Does that work? No, my shortcut for the map doesn't work. Let's the Great Road passes through the Shire. You see, there's a great road comes all the way north from the Grey Havens all the way down south to maybe down towards, I don't know, somewhere. And then this road here, the East Road, this is the Great East Road, and this connects up to eventually to Rivendell. This is the one road that you just follow the whole way to Rivendell. So it's kind of fun. Let's get rid of that again. So here's Waymeet. A few people in caravans. There's a little caravan Siri group, whatever they call themselves. And we'll go to Hobbiton first, and we'll see where... We've been to Buckland on our journey, haven't we? We've been to Buckland when we did the first Hobbit story, the Journey of the Lord of the Rings. I was thinking I might go back and do some of those early videos, because they were done on very low resolution. And I've got the hang of YouTube a lot more than I had in the past, so maybe I might go back and do a few of those starting videos just for the sake of completeness. But it is, this is Hobbit. There's another picture for the album, right? And it's Harvest Festival at the moment, I think. Yep, the festival stuff is out there. You can go into the Haunted Burrow, which I think I've done a video on. It wasn't very good at it. I think it takes quite a bit to get the hang of the Haunted Burrow, actually. Here's Ted Sandyman's mill, and that's probably Ted Sandyman there. And we go up here, and we had a look at some of this stuff before, I think. But anyway, we'll go up and have a look. We've got the Frodo's house. There's a bit of action around here at the moment. There's because of the... So here we have Bagshot Row, I think. Oh no. Bagshot Row is the next one up. This is the Haunted Burrow and stuff. Maybe I'll do another video on that, because I wasn't very good at it. Maybe wait till next Halloween. They do this every year, and bit of fireworks display. It's daytime though, so it's kind of pointless. Right, so there you go. That's that. And we'll go up and we'll have a look at Bagshot Row and Bag End. This is Bagshot Row. Look, you can read the signs. Oh, it's not going to show up. This will be Bagshot Row. This is where Gaffer Gamgee and Sam live. And up here we've got the various homes. Not quite sure which one is Gaffer's house, probably with lots of gardening. That's probably out there. Look at all that gardening. Some kid. Maybe Sam now. I don't know. So gardening crazy. All the Gamgees. Look at all this gardening stuff. So yeah. I like the way they've just taken the... Let's get up here. Take a shortcut. Up to Bag End. Oh, look at a wee tent. Where is Bag End? It's gone. Oh, here it is. This is Bag End, is it? So where's Bagshot Row then? Maybe I was in Bag End. Where the heck did they put Bagshot Row? I don't know. It's all too hard. That's bag end though. Right, that's bag end. We've been in there before. I thought Bagshot Row was down below, but maybe it's further down. So that's the haunted burrow there. Let's get a look at this. No sign of Bagshot Row. Bagshot Row must be the one, must be further down then. The party, this is the party field where Bilbo had his 111th birthday. This must be Bagshot Row here. Here we go, Bagshot Row. Let's see if I can find Gaffer Gamgee's house. There you go, Bagshot Row. Beautiful. There should be one with a good garden. There. This looks like a Gamgee getting into a bit of action. Is that the Gaffer? There you go. So, yeah. Maybe he doesn't look after his garden quite as well as he looks after Bag End's. Anyway, let's head on. We'll go and see where Tookland. Peregrine Took. Let's go and see the Tooks. And then we'll go and see the Brandy Hall. So Tookland is just up here. Green Dragon's down there somewhere. There it is. Oh no, that's one of the pubs. The few pubs. Again, I said they blinged up the other the new Hobbit world, and we might have a visit there because it'll just show you what difference. I don't know how long Yonder was that 5 or 6 years ago they put it out. So from 2007 when they started the game, so it would have been 13 years into the game they built Yonder Shire, and it's an incredible difference to Hobbiton. Here we go. Here's Tuckborough, and there's a skirmish you can do in Tuckborough. Here's the Great Smiles, but I don't think you get to see very much of the Great Smiles. It's just one big room, but these are burrows going off into the hill everywhere. You can get into the library. There's a ghost in here, or at least there was. There's a little quest you can do when you're a... So this is Brandy Hall. Not Brand, is it? No, the Great Smiles. Sorry. There's the old Oh, get out. Is that the main door? No, ways out. Ways to rooms. And these burrows lead way off into the hill all round, but see, you don't crash your head on the top, but you can get stuck at the bottom. I don't know if that still happens, but because when I started the game, you used to get stuck in the threshold of Hobbit doors all the time, so you just get in the habit of jumping every time you go through a door. And we're going to go to this way. Go and see if we get ourselves over to Buckland, where the Meriadoc Brandybuck came from. So yes, this is the road that the Frodo and Sam took with the ring on their flight to the ford. No, not the flight to the ford. Their flight to the ferry. And we've seen that before. We did that journey, but maybe we'll do it again because we've got better recording style now. I've got the hang of things. Anyway, yes. So while we're riding, this is quite a long journey actually. I came up with an idea. I think science learning is just way behind in the West. Is anybody? I don't know. Some teachers out there. The kids just don't seem to be interested in it. I don't know. I was fascinated by science when I was a kid. I've come up with a solution, and here's my solution for saving science and actually saving the West, because I tell you, the Chinese and the Russians and the Indians are going crazy about science, and they're going to get way ahead. And I think you fall behind in technology, you've fallen behind completely. Anyway, here's my idea. I think what you do is you just put scientists on a salary, starting with the first qualification, say O-levels or National Fives in Scotland. You know, you get these when you're 14, 15. And here's my idea. You get yourself an O-level, maybe an A or a B, and they put you on a salary for life. So you get not very much, maybe 100 quid a month for the rest of your life, right? Or at least until retirement. And then you do A levels or hires or whatever it is, and you get another bit of a salary. Maybe you get another couple of 100 quid. And then you get into university and do a degree. This road's leading to a cornfield. Hey? Alright, let's go. We'll go through it. Ah, yes. Then you go to university and get a degree, right? And they put you on a decent salary. And then maybe you do a PhD in science. And they put you on a very decent salary, right? So maybe at this point you're earning something like a decent wage, you know. Maybe not the minimum wage, not huge wage, maybe below the top tax bracket. But see, now what you are is you're a scientist who's getting paid to be a scientist. Because one of the things we know about people who learn stuff is they want to use that learning. They want to keep using it. They want to keep using it. So my solution is, instead of all the laboratories and all the science gear being stuck in universities and the libraries being things you have to pay for, I would have public access laboratories in towns, maybe local cities, where you could just go in. You maybe apply for a small research grant. This is the Buckleberry Ferry, by the way. Yeah, there's some fish there. No? Trout. Okay. Well, cartoon trout, anyway. So, yes, this is my idea. And public access laboratories in the same way that you've got dance halls and gymnasiums and public swimming pools and all the rest of it. We have a laboratory, and anybody who's a qualified scientist can apply for a grant, and they can go in there and book bench time and do their projects. And you know, I think it would just create so much innovation, so much ability, because these guys are getting paid anyway. All they have to do is get the grant to do the research, and you'd have little grants for doing little projects, and everybody would be able to apply for them if they've got the qualification. Oh, by the way, this is Brandy Hall. That was Brandy Hall up there. We ran past the entrance. So yes, that's my idea. What do you think? Not bad, huh? A good way to get kids interested in science. Get them on the job straight away. Get them a salary straight away. Get them working. I don't know if you can go into Brandy Hall. No, you can't. So there you go. Hello, Brandy Hall. This is where Mary Duck Brandybuck lived, and they all live in there in that big pile. Right. Where else do we need to look at? In the Shire. Anything else? The bridge. So when they came back from their adventures, that's we'll head down here. When they got back from their adventures, they were locked out of the Shire. They got locked out by the gates at the bridge. We can see those gates. And then there was the scouring of the Shire, not seen in the movies. So if you didn't read the books, you don't know about the scouring of the Shire. So I don't want to spoil it for you. Read the books. But anyway, they come back from their adventures, and peace has not yet come to fruition in the Shire, and they have to fight to make their home safe again. There you go. Here's the bridge, and here are the gates. You see? So they got locked out, and they got locked out by the gate here too. But eventually they got across, and there were watch houses and all sorts of things in here. They did a little recreation of this actually in one of the other areas of the game. We might have a look at that another time. So that's back into the Shire. Well, this is, I don't know what this village is called. Can't remember. Bridge End? Bridge End? That might be what it's called. The Hobbits are very sensible names for places. Tolkien was very keen to make sure that that they were very plain, simple, non-pretentious people. What he considered to be the salt of the earth, the good person in the world. Anyway, that's my idea for science. What do you think? Let me know. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Never happen. I don't think it'll ever happen because nobody cares. Everybody just wants to watch TV now, or play computer games. So yes. And we can go up here. There's a little tour around the back of the Shire. We'll just do this, and then we'll finish. We'll come back to Hobbiton. So there's a little tour around the back of the Shire. And stop and have a look. These boys were doing a bit of fishing, really. Oh, what are these two up to? I'm paddling to the Brandywine. My cousin in Buckland sent me this boat. I'm going for a visit. You crazy took. You're as mad as a Baggins. There you go. Just trying to float my boat down the river. Come on and help me. Right, okay. We'll leave them to it. Hey, this looks a bit deep, but it isn't. The water effects are pretty good, aren't they? I mean, this game is 18 years old. I think it's beautiful. Okay, let's move up here. Right. And so, yes. What are all the objections? Cost too much? I don't know. I think the innovation would be worth it, and the amount of innovation that would lead to maybe small science companies, small innovation companies. I think it's what it just seems that if you don't get into a university, or you don't get something after your PhD or whatever, you just stop. It's impossible to do science as a hobby, really. And it seems such a waste. You've trained all those people to do science and they're not doing it. So put the facility together and make a few public access science libraries so that all the journals are available, you know, online to everybody who's a qualified scientist in the country. I mean, the university of the country it would be, but everybody would be working on their own little projects. I mean, people could get together and collaborate. You'd have message boards and all sorts of things. This is a kind of a mining spot. There's good spider quest here when you're... It's quite scary. I think I got killed a couple of times by these spiders in the old days when the game was hard. The game is not hard anymore. There's the spiders. And there's a mission down there. And then we... Oh, we can go and see where... how are we doing for time? 22 minutes. I think we'll probably end this fairly shortly. I don't like having too big of a video. It ends up with a lot of G's, as they say. Gigabytes to upload to YouTube. And this is where the golfing guy in the story, there he is. The Brandenburg's took, wasn't it? The biggest hobbit. He could actually ride a horse. There he is. And he invented golf, apparently, and killed a goblin at the same time. Cut its head off and it flew. And that was out here in the fields. What's that there? Hobbit lamp. Out there. And up there is the way to somewhere, Evendom. And Oat Barton. Little hobbit village on the edge of Evendom. And Evendom we used to call Everswim. I'm actually doing a little bit of questing there with another character at the moment, trying to get a minstrel up to level 50 so that I can show everybody how a minstrel works. I'm having quite good fun with the minstrel, actually. Well worth thinking about if you are going to make yourself a little tourist character. Little forest here. Ooh, nice waterfall. Let's take a picture. Why don't we face the camera? Let's see if we can do this. There we go. Ding. Screenshot. Selfie. There we go. Right. That might be the cover. So yes, this is all just a bit of a tour. So there's a couple of little extra places, and we haven't done the whole of the Shire, but we've pretty much covered most of it on this little journey. And if we go over this hill, we're back at Baggins' house. And there are a few little corners tucked away where there are wolves and things for a little quest and all the rest of it. But we'll stop ourselves at Bag End and we'll call it a night. Haunted Burrow next? Oh, well. Maybe leave it till next Halloween. When I feel I've got my head clear for that kind of stuff. I might give it a bit of practice these couple of weeks. I think it's on for another couple of weeks yet. And here we are at Bag End. We'll pop in and put our feet up by the fire, shall we? We can get off the horse by just going straight through the door. Here we go. Boom. Right, there we go. Dismounted. Let's put our feet up by the fire and feel all nice and cozy. There's a way of sitting, but I'm not going to do it. It's me standing on the chair. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a great idea. Nobody's going to do it. There you go. So I'll see you next time. And we'll go and look at somewhere else in Middle Earth. And hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you did. And I'll see you next time.